Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Tahir. Khalid. I'd like to welcome you to our program here at Sharjah TV, getting to know your Lord, getting to know Allah, getting closer to Allah. And today we want to talk to everybody out there and encourage them to get closer to God by remembering Him. Now, there's a huge effort being made globally to negate the power of Allah and even the existence of Allah. So that there are today tens of millions of people who say, well, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in the ultimate power. I believe in A, B, C, D, and this is how I live. Or I believe that you have to have something between you and God. I have to worship something or someone. I believe in God, but there are some intermediaries that we need. So what we want to do is invite everyone to a simple exercise. Very simple exercise. And it cannot be of any harm. If you say that you don't believe in God, it can't hurt you. And if you say that you believe in other gods, of course, that you think have power, it can't hurt you either, can it? Our purpose is to bring people to the reality, to help people understand the truth. At any given time, people call me or I meet people who tell me, I need to talk to you. You know, I have some issues. I'm suffering from depression. I'm suffering from stress. I can't sleep at night. I have headaches. A whole host of situations which we find coming among people. And many of those people, believe it or not, are young people, not old people. As a young person myself, I don't ever remember any of these kinds of things at all. But now I'm meeting many, many young people who are having these issues. So I'm going to offer you a very simple solution. You can't sleep at night, you have headaches, you can't relax, you feel stressed out because of work, at work you're stressed out because of relationship, whatever it might be. So first I'm going to read an ayat or two verses, three verses from the Quran, and just listen very carefully. And this is chapter 59, verse 22 to 24. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allah is He, besides whom there is no other God, the knower of the unseen and the seen. He is the beneficent, the merciful. Allah is He, besides whom there is no other God, the sovereign, the Holy One, the source of peace, the keeper of faith, the guardian of all, the mighty, the constrainer, the supreme. Allah is He, the creator, the originator, the maker of forms. His are the most beautiful names. Whatever is in the heavens and the earth declares His glory, and He is the Almighty, the wise. He is the Almighty, the wise. So any of these descriptions that I'm giving you, and I would choose one, like say He is the glory. Say in your language, it doesn't matter. God, the one God, He is the glory. The one God, He is the Almighty. The one God, He is the wise. He is the sole creator. Take 5 minutes. This is the exercise now. Take 5 minutes. Sit in a quiet place. Relax. Sit as you like. On the couch, on the pillow, on the floor, whatever. However it is that you feel most comfortable. Relax, and just call out one of these names for 5 minutes. God, the one and only God. God, the creator of all things. God, the glory, to your magnificence, to the one and only Almighty God, the wise God, the God who there is no God but you. Any of these things as you like. And for 5 minutes, just only 5 minutes, only 5 minutes, but do it daily. And particularly, if you don't have to be tired or stressed out, but if you find yourself being stressed, then do it. But be in a quiet place where you can be alone and you can relax and just try it for yourself. Now, many people say, well, brother, you're trying to make me a Muslim, brother. I'm not a Muslim. I don't even like the Muslims. And I don't like what the Muslims stand for. The Muslims are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. We're calling you to the one who created you, the one who is aware of every action, every breath that you take, every sip of water that you will drink in your whole life. He created that. You will not get one sip more, not one sip less. Now, you can disagree with that. It's fine. Everyone has their right, their own thoughts. But we're calling you to that which we are aware of and that which we know. And we're calling you to what? The creator and sustainer of all things. The issue is that people have broken this link. Today, there is a huge effort from Satan. Yeah, brother, oh, brother, you keep talking about Satan. And some people say, you blame everything on Satan. Brother, why do you always blame everything on Satan? The people themselves, some of them are Satan. They do what they want to do. Satan's not making them do it. They're doing what they feel pleased with, what they feel happy with, whatever madness that they may be caught up in. They're doing it as free will, as their own choice. Part of this is true. I cannot disagree with it because we see some types of extremism that surely the person has made a decision that he has chosen that path. No one has imposed on him. No one standing with a gun at his head. He's chosen to take this path of extremism, whatever that might be. And it may be very, very far away from anything that we could conceive of that a creative, knowledgeable human being would do. But so what we're trying to do is call people back to the middle path. Whomever you might be, whatever your belief system might be, there's nothing to be afraid of at all. But people will warn you, oh no, you listen to that brother? No, that brother, he wants to make you a Muslim. He's trying to change you. Aren't you happy the way you are? And we found so many people, they will not admit to themselves that they are very unhappy with the way that they are. So we're offering you an alternative. So let's see what Allah says here. This is chapter 17 of the Quran, verse 44. And this, of course, is English translation. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The seven heavens and the earth and all that is in them glorify Allah. There is not a thing that does not hymn his praises. But you do not understand their praise. Truly, Allah is most lenient and forgiving. So if we just look at the creation of Allah, it is hidden from us. But if you were to look at it from a different perspective, just think about it. Most of us have experienced it in a way, but we didn't understand it. Maybe you've been in the forest, or you've been in the desert, or the mountains, or the snow, or the sea, as an example, or just somewhere away from people, or even with people. And some incident took place, or something that you saw, or you're one of those people who are animal lovers. An example, the animal can't talk to you, but there's some sensitivity that you found that you developed with this animal which is distinct. And you don't really understand it. you're saying, okay, this is human versus animal, and there's a kind of hidden language that is there that you see. And many people who are animal lovers will tell you about this. You know, people say, I love horses. Someone says, I love dogs. And someone says, I love cats, as an example. And you find some people, animals gravitate towards them. Even, of course, we find some people, Allah has given this capability with wild animals, with lions and tigers as example. So there's an unseen aspect, and everyone who's ever involved themselves in this know that there is an unseen aspect. They say generally it's Mother Nature or some other terminology that they will use, but this is only by Allah's permission. And Allah has allowed that person to have some understanding of the unseen. And what we just mentioned is that all of the creation of Allah worships Allah and obeys the commandments of Allah. Man and jinn, two of his creations, are the ones who have been given choices to make the decision whether they want to obey and worship or disobey. And of course, the worst is the people say, I don't even believe in the Creator. There's no Creator. And I've never met a person who said that, who once you begin to talk to them, even if they didn't see it, internally, they know there's a Creator. They are programmed like robots to just regurgitate information related to their lack of belief, but internally, it is there. And unfortunately, many people die in this situation. And of course, that is part and parcel of our mission, to communicate to whomever is out there who is looking for this point of sensitivity, who is looking for this connection, who's looking to find out where is my place in this world. And we often meet people like this. They're searching. They don't know what they're searching for. When you tell them, it says, it is your soul. And you need to understand something. Whatever you've been trained to believe, that's fine. Your soul knows the food for the soul is worship. Millions of people, actually billions of people, have been misguided. They're worshiping, but they're not worshiping the one and only God. As a result of that, they're suffering the consequences of these actions. And some of them don't even realize that. They think that everything is fine. My life is great, because they're basing it on this material existence. But unfortunately, as we find, if you see in the news, many of those people who appear to have such a fantastic life, their life ends in a horrific manner. Because of this disobedience, they don't realize that there is cause and effect. That whatever you have in this world, it is a trust to you. And how you use it is important and is valuable. So we need to understand that value. And whether we're talking about intellect or whether we're talking about material things, whatever it might be, that Allah has entrusted each one of us with something, and some more than others. And some people have the reality and some people don't have that reality. But it does not mean that we don't have accountability. But we have to be accountable for what? Pursuing the proper knowledge. All of us are accountable for pursuing the proper knowledge. Because say, well, I just didn't know about that, or I never did understand what that man was talking about, and I didn't care about the time. Fine. Did you have the exposure? Did you have the opportunity? Someone gave you a book. Did you read it? Did you take the time out to contemplate about your relationship with this creation? Where do you stand? Or were you so busy with your worldly pursuits that you didn't stop even for 5 minutes, what we're talking about, and contemplate, why am I created? Why am I on this earth? What is my real reason for being here? What am I supposed to do? What am I not? Is there anything that I'm not supposed to do? How am I supposed to go about doing it? Is there something greater than me? Some other creation? Is there a creator? Have we sat down and really thought about this? Have we looked at it and examined it, dissected it? And I'm specifically thinking to the people who say they don't believe, because most of the people that I say they don't believe, they says, well, I believe in what I can see, feel, or touch. It says, wow, really? If that's the case, then you have a tremendous amount of proof about a creator. Tremendous. And if you just tell me you believe in logic, it says, well, from the logical point of view, also, how many examples do you want? And what is logic to you? What do you call logic? Where does that go? Where does it extend when you say that? Is this just in a small box, which is limited to your limited mentality? Or is it greater and greater in the sense that you see the broader and the bigger picture, the reality of our present existence, those who came before us, and that which is yet to come? So we want everyone just 5 minutes. That's all. Take 5 minutes. All of us have 5 minutes, and all of us need 5 minutes, minimal, to sit down and just relax and just think about my Lord. Think about how thankful I should be about my condition. That whatever my condition is, I could be destitute in many different ways, but it could always be worse, couldn't it? And person says, well, my situation is so bad, I don't know if it could be worse. It could be worse, but it could be. And there are people and their conditions are a lot worse. So think about it. Take the 5 minutes time while we have time. Our time is limited on this earth. Everyone's has an expiration date. My name is Tahir Khalid. Thank you for joining us here at Sharjah TV on Getting to Know Your Lord, getting closer to Allah, the Lord and creator and sustainer of all things. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.